Hi everyone, this is Rebecca here and I'm creating a layout today for Peartree Cutfiles. So I'm back on the Peartree Cutfiles Design team after a year away, and I'm so happy to be back on the team because I've really missed creating with Cutfiles. I've barely used my cutting machine in the last year, so I was really excited to get stuck in and start creating. So this month I'm using the Pearscription Cutfiles, which, if you're not familiar with that is a exclusive subscriber only selection of Peartree Cutfiles that either you can digitally download or you can have pre-cut. You can be a pre-cut customer as well. So exclusive cut files that aren't available on the website, and this is one of them. So this is one of the September Pearscriptions and it's a file wallet. So this was my favourite cut file from the Pearscriptions this month, and when I saw it I knew I wanted to cut it in craft cardstock, so that's what I did. And then once I did that, I didn't really quite know what to do with it. But craft cardstock kind of reminds me of, manila envelopes, and it reminded me of these filing wallets, so I knew I wanted to cut it in craft. So what I did was I took the innards out, the sort of positive pieces from the inside of where it's cut, and used them as a template to cut some pattern pieces. But I did cut the pattern pieces about 1 or 2 mil, just ever so slightly narrower and smaller than the line that I had marked on the pattern paper. And then I've added that onto the relevant pieces of the cut file. So I felt there was a slight stationery kind of theme to the Pearscriptions this month, and as soon as I think of stationery I think of the print shop collection by Vicky Boutin, so that's what I'm using here for this one. It also kind of makes me think of sort of school layouts and kind of like recording what's going on with school as well. So the sort of stationery and school and recording things all kind of tied in together on this layout. So yeah, the print shop collection has kind of got like pencils and some stationery icons like scissors and things like that in it, so it felt like it suited this particular cut file as well. So on screen I'm adding some journaling pen lines around the edges of the pattern paper. I kind of just felt that the craft paper was sort of swamping the patterns a little bit, and I just wanted a little bit more definition around those edges. So now that I have my cut file prepared and ready, I'm going to add a little bit of some inking in the background. I've decided to add some fossilised amber and spiced marmalade distress oxide inks just to the left of where the cut file is going to sit. I knew I wanted to have the cut file just sort of slightly offset off the right hand side of the layout, so I've sort of worked out where that's going to be placed, and I fussy cut this giant ampersand from one of the papers in the print shop collection. It's like a cut apart paper. Ampersands always just remind me of sort of school and things like that, so yeah, I fussy cut that out and added that to the left hand side of my photo. And for my title I've used "File it under awesome." I keep hearing this kind of expression, file it under this, file it under that, and I felt like obviously it was play on words with the file background. My photo is a picture of my little boy with one of his school awards, a Superstar Award, and he won several of these over the course of his time at infant school. And I had loads of photos of him with them, but if the layout was feeling really busy, I had printed some smaller ones, but I decided not to add them. I just added this one. It was my favourite one, so I liked that one. So yeah, so we've got "File it under awesome," and then I'm just adding a few little bits of stickers and embellishments around the rest of the page. I've just noticed that my ink blending on this layout is really chunky looking. It's not very well blended. I think I really need to give my blending brushes a good old wash. They're not blending very well. So that's pretty much it for this layout. I've obviously used this ledger paper background. I love a ledger paper. I think they're one of my favourite background papers to use because you get pattern paper but without too much busyness really. So here's the finished layout. Thanks so much for joining me. Please check out the Pearscriptions available on the Peartree website, and I'll see you next time.